We move now to the second debate and the consideration of the second motion of the day relating to tuition fees as printed on the order paper. To move the motion, I call and please welcome Mr. Harrison Carter.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I propose that the UK Youth Parliament say no to tuition fees and yes to a graduate tax. Scared of debt, done everything possible academically but fall short financially, on EMA or income support but can't seem to get the help to simply afford university. It has become a stark reality in this country that young people not only think twice about going to university, but dismiss categorically the idea altogether. The prospect of debt and unemployment is one that for many young people makes university impractical. In the UK Youth Parliament report Access Denied, 1 in 3 young people said they wanted to go to university but were not able to due to the financial burden that comes with studying and living away from home, a figure that is set to skyrocket with proposals by the government to increase university tuition fees to a maximum of £9,000 a year. What's more, past increases in the maintenance grant threshold were not and are still not enough to ensure that everyone who wants to study at university can. Crippling debt is locking out thousands of young people from their right to education and their right to a stable, working future. The graduate tax in principle provides a safety net for graduates who come out of university and are unable to find a job. The Higher Education Standards Authority revealed that 28% of UK graduates were out of work 3.5 years after graduation. That's over a quarter. That's over a quarter of graduates. The income threshold for graduate tax would ensure that people in this undesirable situation would pay nothing until they're in work. And even better, a person on an average salary of £30,000 would be £37 better off each month. It could be argued that the abolition of university tuition fees would benefit young people more. But contributing to a system that we benefit directly from is a contribution we must all be willing to make. The problem with the current system is that tuition fees are snapped up by the Treasury and not used to fund universities directly. In line with a graduate tax would be the formation of an independent body. This organisation would distribute graduate tax revenue directly to universities. This would offer a range of opportunities for universities to compete globally. We can hear arguments about the fact that because MPs have had free university education, they shouldn't ask us to pay for ours. But don't let that be the basis of your decision. I'm sure the politicians would love to be at the centre of this debate in the spotlight, but don't let them be. It would be naive, quite frankly, to not give to something if we will inevitably gain from the service provided. This is not to create a self-interested business out of education, but is instead to guarantee the same quality of education for everybody, young person after young person, generation after generation. The simple logic is that without money and without resources, what does a university become? The tax is saying, pay the money when you can, no need to accrue masses of debt and then pay it when you can't. Is it right to accept fear as a barrier to higher education? No. Is it right to support others who can't earn and ask for a little extra from higher earners? Absolutely. Shouldn't universities be given the money they deserve? Of course. As a country, it is our duty to educate, and as prospective undergraduates, it is our right to learn. Next year, there is said to have been a 9% drop in university applications after a fee rise we were promised wouldn't happen. This debate is ongoing, and it's time for us, the UK Youth Parliament, to step up, Today, we must show our commitment to every single young person we represent. Vote for fairness in education, for better education and for sustained funding in education. Vote for this campaign.
Harrison, thank you for that.